morning, guys. Happy Sunday. Today is Sunday. I am just finishing up my workout. I just did my boot camp. I did a double round of the booty workout that I've been doing. I've been doing it for about 5 days now. It's a 13-day challenge. I've been doing my boot camp for about 4 weeks now. That's a 6-week challenge. So yeah, your girl's getting nice and
fit these days.
But yeah, today I wanted to just kind of go through what I eat in a day. I got so many questions yesterday. I asked you guys to ask me questions so that I could film a Q&A, which I am so thankful that you guys asked me so many things. I'm so excited to film a Q&A about my fitness journey because I feel like this is just more my realm. I feel like I've really been working hard for it's literally been 290 days now, I think it is, that I have been working out and eating well consistently. And it's an incredible feeling, guys. I'm feeling so good about myself, my body. I don't know if you guys can tell, but my face looks thinner, my skin is clearer. I did have a few breakouts because it is that time of the month, so I'm a little bloated. But I mean, look at this. I'm gonna show you guys so many pictures because I didn't take enough video and picture. I think I was trying to hide myself a lot of the time. But I'm gonna show you guys pictures and videos in my Q&A just so that I can kind of give you guys a whole overall understanding of what really helped click in my head. But one of the biggest things that I think is so important is what you are eating. That is 70 to 80% of what your entire lifestyle depends on. You can work out every day, and if you keep eating the same shit that you eat, you're not going to see the results that you want to see. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that you have to not eat things that you want. I'm not saying cut things out. I'm just saying try to find alternatives, try to find better ways to eat it, and control your portions. Look at serving sizes. But I'll talk all about that. I'm going to basically just show you guys what I'm going to eat today. I'm about to make breakfast, so I thought this would be the perfect time to start. And then after I make breakfast, I'm going to go for a hike, so I'm going to be hungry when I come home. So I'll show you guys what I'm making for lunch. And I think we're going to go to the grocery store because I'm really feeling I want ribs and smashed potatoes for dinner. So that's what we gonna make. So let's go ahead and get into the kitchen and start making breakfast. Alright, so today for breakfast I really want a breakfast burrito, so I'm going to be making that for myself because like I said, you don't have to get rid of things that you like, you just have to be a little bit smarter about it. So instead of doing a whole ass 50,000 eggs in my burrito, I opt for 1 egg, and then I do about 2 tablespoons of egg whites, or however many depending on how much I want. These tortillas are kind of small, so about 1 egg and 2 tablespoons is enough to fill it up. Then I do these taco size, soft taco size tortillas are actually carb lean tortillas. So you see they have 4 grams of net carbs. They have 45 calories, and just look at this, you guys, okay? Compared to regular tortillas, and honestly, this is probably one of the best tasting carb tortillas that I've been able to find because this brand, just the regular tortillas are so good, but these, they're not bad. And then I really like white American cheese, so in my grocery store you have to get it from the deli, so I'm doing the white American. And then I have just some oven roasted turkey breast. Deli meat isn't always the most healthy option, but it's totally fine. It still has some good protein in there. And then I want to do some hash browns for the potatoes, so we're just going to do these seasoned hash brown patties in the air fryer to keep everything pretty healthy, okay? So that's what we're doing for breakfast. First things first is I'm going to go ahead and get my hash browns started because those are probably going to take the longest. Hopefully you guys can see me and I'm in focus. Sometimes this camera be acting funny. So I'm just going to do a little spritz of olive oil, and we're going to go ahead and just put 1 hash brown patty into the air fryer. So just 1 little patty, and then I just do a quick little spritz on top. These are already seasoned, so I'm just gonna go ahead and throw that on 350. I don't know how long we're gonna cook it, we'll just test it. So these have 140 calories for 1 patty plus 15 carbs and 8 grams of fat. So they're not the best, but they're potatoes, so I don't expect them to taste, or I don't expect them to be super healthy or anything like that. Well, that's going. I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting up my meat. So like I said, in this instance, I'm just using deli meat. It's no big deal. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to measure out whatever the serving size is. So this one, in order to get 8 grams of protein, you have to do 4 slices. Oh, this one actually went by slices. Okay. Normally you have to like measure out how many ounces you have, but since this one goes by slices, we'll just go ahead and do 4 slices. For the most part, like I said, I just eyeball this. I'll usually go and take about 4 slices on a normal day because I think that's close to about either 1.5 ounces or 2 ounces of meat. So, what's up with your ear, baby girl? I'm just gonna cut this into some little chunks. And it doesn't have to be professional. I'm literally just cutting this into little chunks. And again, we're just gonna take a little bit of our spray. Get this bad boy turned on. Please excuse how dirty the kitchen is. We just, we didn't clean up after yesterday's food, so it's a little messy, but it's fine. So we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna throw the turkey into the pan. So I just like to kind of get this all nice and browned before I start cutting my eggs. I'm gonna show you guys that. I thought it was recording, but it's not. So all I did was I put my 1 egg and I put about 2 tablespoons of the egg white into the pan, started kind of scrambling her up, and now we're just letting it cook. And then we're gonna start to check on our hash brown just to see how it's doing. Let's see. Ooh, that was hot. It could go a little bit longer, so we're gonna let it go a little bit longer and I guess start to heat up our tortilla. I'm just gonna heat this up in a pan just to make it easier. You know, if I was really trying to do it right, I would just be flipping it over the fire, but we don't got time for that. So we're gonna go ahead and just do it on the pan. Now we're just going to do the 1 tortilla. And guys, a really good tip is while you are cooking, start logging your food because 1, it's going to save you time, but 2, you have everything out. You don't have to go back and like look for it. So I literally just take out my MyFitnessPal and I start scanning everything that I'm using just to make it easier. So see, there's 1 tortilla. Got it, cool. Let's scan our meat. This is really going to help you to stay accountable. It's going to make sure that you are getting the proper macros in for your day. I always try to make sure that I am hitting, I think my goal is like 120 something grams of protein and then staying under like 94 grams of net carbs. So that's just something to keep in mind. I'm not a professional. I can't tell you guys how to track your macros. If you guys want to know that, definitely look it up or see if you can reach out to somebody. I even ask my sister a lot of times because she knows how to kind of calculate macros. I have a friend who is a personal trainer or was a personal trainer. I don't think he does it much anymore, but he's always helped me with my macros. So just look it up and kind of get an understanding of what's going to be best for you. But always track your food while you're cooking. It's just gonna make your life so much easier, and after you're done cooking, everything's already tracked and you can just go about your day. All right, so our hash brown is basically done, so I'm gonna go ahead and just take my tortilla, put her on a plate, get me some cheese. I'm doing white American. Love this stuff. It's so yummy. Like, this is probably one of my favorite cheeses. I don't know what it is. It's just so good. It's just good. It's just good. We're gonna put our eggs down. We could probably do our hash brown now because it did already go off, but I just put it in a little bit longer so it could be a little bit crispier. But all we're gonna do is we're just gonna cut that hash brown up into some little chunks. Yeah, it's still a little bit soft, but that's okay. And we're gonna just throw that into the burrito as well. And we're gonna do a little bit of pepper and some salt. And then we're gonna roll her up. Hopefully we can fit this all into this little tiny burrito. This is such a little tortilla. Like, I always forget that I have to like make a lot less than I would if it was in a regular size tortilla. but that's okay. So I save a little bit of room by not wrapping the top. Normally I like to wrap both sides in, but this will help it from exploding some more. So let's go ahead and look at it on the table so you guys don't have to see it all messy like this. Okay, and like I said, your entire meal will already be logged. You can just sit down and eat. I'm throwing in a Premier Protein since I worked out today. And so this entire meal, this little burrito and this Premier Protein all together comes up to 538 calories, guys. That's it. Usually my breakfasts are like 800 calories, I ain't even gonna lie. But 538 calories, 55.5 grams of protein, 21.5 grams of net carbs, and 24 grams of fat. What? Lego. I'ma eat, cause I'm hungry, Excuse the poor lighting. Wow, let me try to open up a window. I don't think that really helped, but I just finished up doing my makeup. I have to still do my hair before I film the Q&A, but I'm getting really hungry. So we're gonna make lunch because it's almost 4 o'clock, so I'm gonna have to eat like a late dinner. But I'm gonna show you guys how to make nachos a healthier way. So once again, we're looking for health conscious options. These are the Mission Street tacos. They are whole wheat tortillas, carb balance 3 grams of net carb per 2 tortillas. So we're gonna use, let's just do 2. We'll do 2 tortillas because it's close to dinner time and I wanna have a really yummy dinner. So I'm gonna just do 2 tortillas. And then we're also going to do some chicken on top of our nachos. This is my favorite chicken. You guys have seen this so many times. It's the grilled and ready oven roasted chicken breast. This stuff is fire. So we're gonna have that, but it takes a little while to get the chips going. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take these 2 tortillas and we're just going to cut them into little triangles so that they look like little chips. And so then we're going to make our own tortilla chips. Now instead of deep frying these, we're just gonna throw them into the air fryer. Like I told you guys already before, the air fryer is just the bomb. Like you can make so much stuff with it, it's awesome. So we're gonna go ahead and just throw these in there. And I'm not even gonna lie, I have not cleaned it from this morning, so there's still a little bit of oil in there from the hash browns. But we're just gonna do just a smidge of oil. And we're gonna do a tiny bit of salt because, you know, tortilla chips are a little salty. So let's just get that on there. And we're just gonna pop that in there. And again, like I just let it go. I put it for about 15 minutes, but I check on it. So there's that. While the tortilla chips are being made, we're gonna go ahead and start to make the chicken. For our chicken, we are just going to throw some of this oven ready chicken. And actually I'm gonna go ahead and measure this. I usually try to measure this part just to make sure that I'm doing like however many ounces of chicken I'm trying to do. Again, I'm trying to keep this kind of light just because my brows all showing, just because I do want to make a heavier dinner, but I still need to hit my protein goals. I'm probably going to do about 2.5 ounces of chicken. All right, so that is about 2.5 ounces of chicken, and that's what we're gonna do for our nachos. So we're just gonna throw that in there. And before I even season it, so with this kind of chicken, I like to just kind of cook it up first for a little bit, just to kind of get it to not be so frozen, because you can't really season it when it's frozen. It doesn't really hold on to all of the delicious seasoning. So I'm gonna cook that up for just a little bit and then we'll season it. And then we will get our cheese going over here. So for the cheese, we're gonna do a low heat. And I have Velveeta. This is the sheet. Probably just gonna do about half of this cube that we have left. So this is about 2.5, this is like 2.6 ounces of Velveeta. So we're gonna go ahead and just throw that into the pot. kind of cut it up into smaller pieces just to make it a little bit easier to melt. I usually do just regular milk, but we don't have regular milk, so I'm just gonna throw a tiny bit of almond milk. This is vanilla, so it's gonna be a little bit sweet. It's okay if it's a tiny bit sweet, because all we'll do is just throw a little bit of salt and pepper in there. We really just want to use the milk to help us melt the cheese a bit. Now we need to season our chicken. We're going to do a little salt. We're going to do a little bit of pepper. We're going to do a little bit of spice into our cheese. This is just red pepper flakes and a little bit of pepper. We're just going to do a little bit of garlic and a little bit of onion. Let's check on the chips. Oh, those are actually nice. That went for about 5 minutes. I think we're going to be good with that. So we'll just go ahead and throw our chips out. Go ahead and pour our cheese on top before it gets too melted. Starts to burn. To that, we will add our chicken on top. Because like I said, you always want to find ways to get extra protein in, even if that means just adding a little bit of meat to your meal. So here is our healthier nachos. Little chicken nachos. You can throw some salsa on top of this. You could throw salsa into the cheese, make it spicy. Something I did want to mention is that I didn't finish this whole thing because I was super full. So I'm gonna drink half of that now for lunch, eat my chicken nachos, and film my Q&A. I'll see you guys for dinner. You hear that crunch? Okay guys, I wasn't really talking a lot because Steph is doing homework and studying for her exam that she's gonna do, but she just went to the store, so I'm just gonna explain what I did. I just prepared the ribs. These are gonna take about 35 minutes to cook on high. All I did is I always try to do some kind of a dry rub first, so I do some kind of seasoning. For today I did garlic, onion, pepper, salt, paprika, a little bit of like onion powder, then this onion and herb mix, and then I threw liquid smoke and some Texas barbecue sauce. I've never tried this barbecue sauce, so this will be the first time that we're trying it, but I am excited. For the potatoes, I'm following this recipe I saw on Instagram, and it says that we need 1 stick of butter melted, some rosemary, which I don't have, which is fine, black pepper, paprika, garlic powder, oregano, red pepper flakes, olive oil, and salt. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut these little bad boys into some smaller pieces just so that they cook a little bit faster. I don't want them to take forever, so I'm just gonna do them little small ones in half, and then some of these like bigger ones into 3s. And basically we're just gonna bake this at $4.75 with all of these yummy ingredients, but it actually looks like a twice baked recipe, so we're gonna do that. 1 stick of butter. Let's melt our butter. And then into the butter, we're going to be putting 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. Let's see if this is melted. Oh, she melted. Okay, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of paprika, teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of oregano, and 1/2 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. We're gonna mix that up. Right there. And then I think she just threw her potatoes into it. Potato cereal. And we're just gonna cover all of these potatoes with this mixture. We're just gonna pour this onto our baking sheet. That's gonna go in the oven for 20 minutes. And now I'm going to prepare the other sauce. 1 cup of chicken broth. Okay, 1.5 tablespoons of minced garlic. And then we're going to do 1.5 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar and 2.5 tablespoons of honey. 1.5 tablespoons. 1.5 tablespoons of honey. Now we're going to mix this up. Okay guys, I will come back when those are ready to be flipped and pour the sauce on.